I've stacked my plate too high and I am going to be whittling some stuff down. The last ever Berrow Motors weekly. It's not all bad news, don't worry. I've got much more car-centric stuff coming, and that's what you've been asking for. 100 episodes we've done so far. Pretty much 2 years of doing the Berrow Motors weekly, giving you the ins and outs of everything that goes on at Berrow Motors. Good morning, it's Monday. I'm in the Cayenne and I'm on my way to Berrow Motors. Those of you who are watching the weekly for a long time, this will be a bit of a flashback, won't it? Starting the week in the car on the way to work. I have heard everything you've been saying in the comments about how the weeklies have gone, etc. And if you've seen the title of this video, you'll know that this is the last Berrow Motors weekly. More on that later in the video. It's not all bad news, don't worry. But I thought this week, just to prove a point, we can still do it this way. My time has just been spread too thin, and that is entirely my own fault. It's not that I'm not doing things. I've got lots of things going on. Feel good competitions, car support for more, another software type thing that we're working on, car sales obviously, and YouTube. What else have I got going on? Obviously at the farm, things like that. So yeah, I've stacked my plate too high and I am going to be whittling some stuff down, triaging down to the most important, most beneficial or businesses and interesting things that have the highest ceiling, the most amount of return or scope for growth, because that's what I enjoy doing. So yeah, a bit of a morning waffle for you there. I'm actually running late because I couldn't sleep last night because I had all this stuff going through my head, what my plans are and whatever. But yeah, I thought we'd give you a jam-packed Berrow Motors weekly to end on episode 100. So what is actually happening now that I've waffled? I am obviously on my way into the garage. I'm going to go up to Mobile Eco Tuning in Weston today because I'm going to go and pick up the remapping tool that we had, that we didn't use because we were so busy. So I said have it back, but now we're going to use it because we have got much more car-centric stuff coming, and that's what you've been asking for. So hopefully you guys are going to be happy with that. It's hard to tell sometimes because some of you just aren't happy no matter what, but we're trying our best. So I'm going to go and get that remap tool so that we can do some remapping, we can do some interesting stuff on camera. Then what else have I got going on? I'm so tired, I can't really remember. I've got it on my list. Dan is off to go and pick up my mum's Corsa again because he rebuilt the head on that, did a head gasket, and it's still overheating. So there's something weird going on there. I don't know what it is. Adrian sent it off and it wasn't fixed. Dan sent it off and it wasn't fixed, which is awkward and embarrassing and a bit of a nuisance. But you know, sometimes it's hard to replicate faults when you know you're trying to make them happen and they don't. So we need to get that back again today and kind of check it over, I guess. But who knows what will be the case with that. I've got absolutely loads of stuff to do, but I'm so blooming tired that I've completely forgotten. I couldn't get to sleep till late last night. I woke up late this morning when Duncan, my plumber, phoned me because he's doing an ensuite at my house. And I thought it was like 7 in the morning. I thought, why is he calling me? But it wasn't. It was 9:30. So yeah, that's that. I've waffled enough. What I need to do is go and get some caffeine in me, and then I'll catch up with you later in the day. Hello, right, I am just back from Mobile Eco Tuning in Weston. I said this morning that I was going to go and get an auto tuner, which is this thing. Let me show you what it is. So we did do a video on this, which you should check out on the main channel. But basically, what's in here is a tiny little box. This can unlock hundreds of horsepower from your car. And in here you've got, you know, all your cables and connectors and a plug, I guess. And this, is that what they call it? Finger drive? I don't know, whatever. With flash drive. That's what they're called, isn't it? I'm going to have to get that because Jason's gone out to deliver a Mini. Bear with me, I'll come back to this story. Hold on. Yeah, so you may remember we had this in a video and we were doing remaps and stuff. They very kindly had lent us one of these machines along with one of their laptops as well, and we were going to maybe do some stuff. But you know what, we were so busy, we never got around to remapping anything else. We remapped maybe our Range Rover, the SP07 one that broke down all the time. We gave it some more power. Well, we tried to because it turned out it was already mapped. But we wanted to see if we could eliminate some EGR issues. But we decided we're going to use this stuff again now. And in fact, my crashed Cayenne has the same engine as my actual runaround Cayenne, which is a 4.2 TDV8, which makes about 350 horsepower. But with this machine, you can make it makes about 380 or something horsepower. But with this machine, you can make it 450 and like 1,000 newton meters of torque. It's a ridiculous engine and ridiculous performance once you get it done, and still actually pretty good MPG. So we're going to do that as we get it built up. You know, why not improve it, make it better than it was? So I was going to go up there and buy one of these from them, but they very kindly loaned us one again. So a massive thank you to Si and Dave at Mobile Eco Tuning in Weston. They are a national company, by the way. So if you wanted to be a what do they call them? They call them an agent. You can basically set up. If you're interested, I'll put the link to the video in the description. And with this and a laptop, you can make some pretty decent money. You know, like charge like 200-300 quid for a remap. You pay them, say, like 50 quid per map. They send it. Every one of their maps has been checked on a dyno, all that sort of stuff. You got a nice portal on here, which will you can check the registration. It will tell you how much horsepower you can actually unlock. There's loads of other features you can do and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to get using this again. This isn't really getting my hands dirty, is it? But getting in there, in the nitty gritty, and making cars better than they were. So yeah, that's one of my jobs for today anyway.
Here we go today, didn't he? Right, good afternoon. It is just gone midday.
So if I take that over there, just sling that in my pocket, we're good to go. So you look at these two on the far left, these ones on the far left, they're going to swing down, they're going to crash into, here we go, far left, and bang. One ejects, and then this other one keeps flying for a bit, and then that one ejects. Crazy.
The thing I'll do first is I'll buy the solenoid that goes on the end. That's 70 quid.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that's going to fix it, because there's a VVT pulley with a camshaft solenoid that goes through it.
Okay. Well, do you want to do it? Should I get them to do it, or?
Well, yeah, just take it back to them. Just say, I'll mark it with a pen. No, I can't mark it with a pen. Might upset people. I will.
Well, I'll say right next to the fuel oil cap.
Yeah, this one right here, intake, oil cap, intake. I'll have it delivered. I'll order it now. It'll probably be there tomorrow or something like that, and they can chuck it on there. But that is just the cheapest approach to it.
That's just a quick try, yeah.
Obviously, I unplug it, the noise totally goes away.
Yeah.
Put it back in, but that's not to say that the VVT actual adjuster is the problem. And if it is, obviously we'll need a new one. But the nice thing about this is the time change across the front. And the front end of this is easy to get off. So it's really not the most horrendous timing change job in the world to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So this is the facelift one where it's on the front sort of thing.
Yeah, so I thought, well, some of the, obviously the Macan were diesel as well. And they're on the back. This is probably the best engine that maybe we could have had this issue on, if we were going to have an issue. So we'll, yeah, I'll pop one on order now.
Smashing. Shiny teeth. They probably still look as yellow and horrible as ever, but
What do you have done?
bit of a in between and some jamming and poking, some scratching.
When you run your teeth down the back, like your tongue down the back of your teeth, do they feel sharp and edgy? And
No.
I had that. I must have had so much build up in my teeth that I didn't realise I had a hole between. I can
Where I
catch
got a
it with
filling now over here, you know, I said I feel like an edge between the tooth and half of it. That's
Yeah.
kind of like more pronounced now. And then they polished it up, and
try and upsell you a couple of fillings.
no. Just they're like, do you have a stressful life? I'm like, a little. Why? And they're like, oh no. What they say? Do you chew your cheeks? I was like, I don't think so. Not. They was like, are you a stressed person, Mr. Betty? I'm like, yes, very. And they're like, yeah, we could tell. Basically, if you just have too much stress and you end up chewing your cheeks, you're going to get face cancer as well. So.
Hello, Jason.
How was your trip?
How was my trip? It was alright. It was Western Wheel refurb, wasn't it? They're always lovely.
It's a lot further away than you think it is.
Well,
Western Wheels.
it's not when you go the right way.
Yeah, I didn't. I went the wrong way.
Someone went the wrong way and got lost.
I just assumed it was near the remap place that we go to all the time.
Oh no, it's complete opposite end of Western.
Literally complete. I couldn't have got it more wrong.
So someone was a bit late, but it's fine. No
That's
problem.
what it is. That's what it is. Right, I'm heading back down to the farm. So
Goodbye, Hamilton.
see you guys.
But you need to air the. It needs air in it.
Sorry,
What was the whole? We came here to put air in it.
it's done. I took care of it before we went to Western Wheels.
Right.
So yeah, it takes about 30 minutes to do aircon. So I left that running while we went to Western Wheels. So hopefully now this will have a nice cold air conditioning. We'll have a look in a sec. I just got a pump of cold. Is it going to get colder? I hope. Oh dear. It's definitely colder than it was. I've actually sold this car already, and I said to the customer, I said, I'll do what I can, but I didn't want to promise anything because obviously doing air conditioning can sometimes be quite tumultuous. I feel like it's getting colder every time I rev it, so we're going to go with it works. Right, see you later, bud. How did I do that? I don't really get how I did that.
Talent.
Well, I ran out of it, which is what happened with lots of my previous cars.
You got the sticky pads as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. How did I do that? I've no idea. Who knows? I was probably thinking about other things. I was probably thinking about my 7 Series. These guys don't know. I've bought 7 Series. So now I have a 6 Series and a 7 Series. So now all I need is an 8 Series. It's a big life box. Checked.
Unless there's another bolt like this, but yeah. Right now, just put the car up in the air. That's out. I just can't get it to clear because yeah. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
One of those bolts is loose.
Yeah. Oh dear, that belt is not in a good shape. Maybe I'll buy another one for the 15th time. I've broken my car again. I'm quite good at breaking it.
Not since it.
Well, I mean, it caught on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't know that though.
thought you'd fixed it.
No, no, no.
Caught fire, fixed it. Caught fire.
I mean, it is the third time this car's caught on fire. Good car. The first 2 times had nothing to do with me. The third time, the most recent one, is because I couldn't be bothered to fix this oil leak that's now covering my hands in garbage. Oh, and then I also broke the top. I cracked the head. So in a box, I have a brand new head to go on it. And then hopefully I can make lots of turbo noises and be happy for a week or 2 until I blow it up again. It's the circle of life.
You could just drive more relaxed.
Drive more relaxed. I am relaxed. Just enjoying myself. I'm not enjoying myself at the moment because apparently I did the water pump up so tight that I can't actually can't get it off. So that sounds like a future Dan problem. I need some food.
Well, guys, the Porsche Cayman was in desperate need of a good spruce up, so I'm just here having a full detail inside and out to try and make it look as good as possible, and already it's starting to come up really, really nicely.
Right, Thursday. I started off the week really strong, wanting to film myself every day, saying that this was the old style, and if I had more time, this is how I'd film it, and I ran out of time again. But Thursday, we're in a very nice Cayman. Ben has fixed this up. We spent quite a lot of time and money on this, and it is our new competition car that you can find on Trivial Competitions. We've got a new beneficiary, Marley, who's another local lad who's got another rare form of cancer. And we're going to see what we can do to help raise some money for him. And going forward, we'll trying to raise money for lots of different causes. It just happens to be that there's these 2 young lads who are close to us who have these rare forms of cancer that we've got involved with. But we will be diversifying who we help with Feel Good Competitions, which is something that takes quite a lot of my time at the moment. And one of the reasons why the weekly is ending the way it is and maybe changing, but it does mean that maybe in the future you get to see us working on some of these projects, maybe figuring out who we're going to help and all those sorts of things. So, but you can look forward to that after the Berrow Motors Weekly has concluded its run. I'm also dying of hay fever. I need to get one of those to do an injection for hay fever, I think. Never used to get it, but now I do. But also I do drink a lot of Pepsi, which, interesting fact, our landlady at the garage, Berrow Motors, Jenny, when I told her I was getting hay fever and never used to, she's like, do you drink Coke? I said, no, I drink a lot of Pepsi Max. She's like, well, that's probably it. And I thought, well, don't really believe in that. But if you actually look at the ingredients or Google, will Pepsi Max give me hay fever? Something interesting comes up. So essentially, when you take a hay fever tablet, it's an antihistamine, and if you look what's in Pepsi and Coke and that, it's rammed full of histamine. So if you're suffering a hay fever and you drink a lot of Coke or Pepsi like I do, that's a top tip for you. That's a freebie. It doesn't stop me drinking it. I just cough my guts up and annoy everyone. But yeah, there you are. I'll never learn, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to get this back now. Got to finish filming a video which will be out by the time you've seen this. This car will be live and available to buy tickets for £2 if you want to. And then from there, I'm going to whiz over to the garage and catch up with what's going on over there. Dan's working on his own car today and yesterday, I think, but I don't know how smoothly that was going. Steph's got an Audi RS5 on the ramp that's been on there for quite a while. It needed a new cat fitted, but that meant dropping the engine out. Not completely, but at least lowering it so you could get to the manifold. But then I think a gear selector broke and is waiting on that to arrive. I've been down at the farm the last couple of days because our sim rigs arrived and all that kind of stuff. I had a bathroom delivered at home. So I need to get back in the office and kind of figure out what's going on. And then back out to the farm for a live draw for another car this afternoon. So all systems go. I'll catch up with you later.
So what's going on with this car?
This is one that was thought to have needed a turbo, but I wasn't too convinced. So I've done a smoke test and there is smoke billowing out of this left inlet manifold. Not too familiar with Range Rovers, but after doing a bit of Googling, it would appear that these are quite a common fault. So I'm going to try replacing just the one. They're cheap enough. I might just do the other side preventatively, but I've got just the one for now. So I'm just whipping off this inlet manifold, which is part of the rocker cover, swapping it over, and hopefully that fixes our fault, because the fault code was low boost pressure. And obviously I saw the smoke. To smoke test it, what I did is I kind of done it in two parts. I disconnected it at this pipe here. I smoked that way to the inlet manifold, and I smoked back that way. And yeah, there was no leaks on this half of the system. It was all in the inlet manifold. So I'm just doing that, and then after I've got a Porsche Macan with a rattle. I'm told that it needs a timing chain. Diagnosed by one of the other guys back at Berrow, so I'll just double check that. Might need a timing chain. It's on 50,000 miles though, so I've never experienced a timing chain stretch at that mileage, but that's not to say it doesn't need one, but we'll certainly check it out. So yeah, plonk this back together, swap them over.
Hello, creeper, sneaking in here like a ninja.
Walk into the door frame then.
What am I doing? Can't look at this, it's secret future stuff.
Yeah, exciting.
Probably won't happen anyway, so no sense getting excited. I'll try, but...
You what? You just got me super excited.
Well, no, but it's got to be able to make it work for the right stuff. What am I doing? Just doing admin and stuff, really. I need to go out and take some pictures of a couple of cars that are going to go to auction. That's about it, really. Need a big wheel. That's it. That one. Who's been tucking into the beers then?
Oh, we had a little handout yesterday. That was alright. one or two each.
Rough whole thing. Take that key from you. Thank you. How cool does this sound for an SUV? I don't know. We go for a wee now.
So, basically Wednesday was misery here. Miserable mechanics give me a hard time. And unnecessary grief. Being a pain generally. I'd say outright misery, then, and the phone didn't ring apart from anybody, somebody just moaning or something. Nothing good anyway. And then yesterday, sold the grey Golf, financed another car, which is an extra few quid for us. Sold the KA, chap literally, real nice lad, walked in, can I have that please? Yeah. Sold the Countryman, Mini Countryman, to a lovely young lady called Anna, really nice. And we sold BMW 320, which I probably could have sold 3 times over, so I wonder if I underpriced it. Even though it was shown as high on Auto Trader, I still think it was cheap. So yeah, now I'm happy again. So, after being bloody miserable Wednesday, going home in a flipping fury, yeah, coming on Thursday and everything's rosy again. So there we go. Now I've just got to deal with all the bloody paperwork that results from it all. And yeah, hopefully not people phoning up to say their cars are broken now. But there we are, that's me.
Steph's cracking hilarious, disgusting, inappropriate for YouTube jokes. It's brilliant. Today I have done the grey Golf. The grey Golf is going out at midday. We are at 11 AM in the morning to 2 hours into our lovely Friday at Berrow Motors. So Grey Golf is going out in probably an hour or two. That one's all done, nice. Lovely young chap coming to pick that up. Got the Ford KA that is in the offing. That one is also, that one's going out tomorrow. There is a little bit left to do on the Skoda Superb that I think we're meant to be dropping off to the customer. That is still waiting on a door lock system type thing, not my area of knowledge, so I'll leave that one there. But everything else is done apart from rear footwell, door card things. I just need a quick Uber. Nothing major, that one's all ready to go. The Golf GTD has sold again, and that one's going out tomorrow. I imagine I think there's 1 or 2 new cars in that just need a glass over, but they might still need some work on, so might not be touching them just yet. Apart from that, I'm not entirely sure. Dan mentioned something about going with him to drop the Superb off, because he hasn't got the tow trailer at the moment, hasn't got the towing car, so it'll be a drive there, pick up, drive back. Apart from that, been doing odds and sods, a few little cars going out this week, usual things. Same old Berrow Motors.
Yep.
You just lower the
I'm fed up of going up and down with the car, so instead I'm going to go up and down. Makes life a bit easier.
I mean, how's it going with it? Is
Oh,
it
terrible, mate. Honestly, it's been an absolute nightmare. But I think we're now on the home run. I had it running yesterday, and then about 5 minutes after it was running, it decided to throw up a fault. So I'm now redoing all my timing.
I'd recommend buying a Honda Jazz.
I love Honda Jazz, it's a great car. Great car. But maybe not quite, not quick enough for me.
Yeah. It's got 160,000 miles on it. That is ADA4 all-road, which usually is pretty good news. Got a fire extinguisher in it. It's never a great sign, but I'm sure it'll be alright. Yeah, it looks alright. Probably do a cut the front tyres, I'd imagine.
V6.
Electric boot as well. A4 all-road, mate. 2 litre TDI. There's not the V6 one. Serviced August last year, but it's done 20,000 miles since then. 2 service invoices. Firmware update. MOT. Tyre. Drive shaft. Oh, apparently it's had a cam belt, yeah. Pipvo vehicle outlet said it's had a cam belt April 22, 105,000 miles.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's on that overrun. Hear it on the overrun when he comes off the throttle.
Right, it is Saturday, it's the end of the week, which means it's the last day of the last ever Berrow Motors Weekly. 100 episodes we've done so far, pretty much 2 years of doing the Berrow Motors Weekly, giving you the ins and outs of everything that goes on at Berrow Motors. So to wrap up this week, let's talk about what's happened today anyway. We had a Ford KA go out this morning. I've just done a test drive with someone on the very nice Alfa Romeo Giulia, but I don't think they'll be buying it because he had a Honda FRV with Lexus wheels on it on 150,000 miles, and he said it needs quite a lot of work, but luckily the parts are in the boot, and he didn't think my £350 offer was quite where he was hoping to be. It's probably the most generous offer I've ever made in my life, considering what the car was, but hey-ho, that's the way customers think. Other than that, what's happened? Our RS5 has come back off. The seagulls are screaming. We'll wait for them to... How annoying. Right, we were waiting for the seagulls to stop, and now a jackdaw's gone by. Anyway, RS5's come off the ramp. That has now had its new cat fitted, but actually it needs a gear selector now. I think that got broken in the process. We've taken a nice little Swift in part exchange against a Mini Countryman. The Porsche Cayman 981 that you can win on Field Competitions is in the background there. That's going well already. I drove that into work the other day and then it got blocked in and I was too lazy to dig it out. So I've been driving the Forester, which I'm probably going to sell now because I just don't really use it and there's too many cars kicking around, and I've kind of got my Cayenne back now because we haven't been collecting that many cars. Yeah, there's all sorts on it. I need to go and park up the Alpha, but let's go and sit inside and we'll talk about this being the last ever Berrow Motors Weekly and what you can expect going forward on this channel. So I'm going to borrow Jason's desk because it's actually gone to now, but he left a little bit early with a headache. Just talk about how grateful I am to everyone who has watched these 100 episodes of the BM Weekly, and we're listening to all your feedback saying that they're not quite the same as they were, and you're right actually. I look back, I said this in the last weekly, at some of the earlier episodes, and after I said that to the video guys, they've looked back as well and like, yeah, it was a very different thing. So it felt like this was a natural time to stop the Berrow Motors Weekly and maybe reinvent something and come back in a month or two after we had a bit of time off, because I do have a lot on my plate. There are some very big changes coming and we want to come back really, really strong with new content. But I know this is, you know, a real fan favourite. On a Saturday, people watch it and it's their favourite thing. So don't worry, we will replace it with something, but it will be different and I think it's going to be a lot better. And I really look forward to hearing your feedback on it when it does come around. But in the meantime, the BM Weekly has been brilliant and I'm glad that it's inspired so many people to start their weeklies online. Some of the big players as well as smaller creators and garages now are doing a weekly. I feel like we kind of like pioneered that because it is a lot of work. It really is a lot of work, and then to keep doing it at a high standard is even more work. So it's great that other people are doing it, because everyone that I spoke to when we did our podcasts and just speaking to dealers in general, I was like, you need to get on YouTube. You need to put yourselves out there. Let everyone know who you are. And it's really taken off. So that is amazing. But that leads me to think, well, we're just one of a lot of numbers doing it now. Sure, we were an early adopter to doing this. But you're probably right. It has lost its way a little bit, and I haven't been in it hugely because I'm a bit of an ADHD manic, and I end up taking on loads of different things, doing lots of different business ideas and whatever. So when we come back with a new program to fill this void, it will revolve around me a little bit more on what I actually get up to. And you'll probably, you know, you get to see the hands-on of what I'm actually doing. And in fact, I'm probably just going to be more hands-on so I'll know what's happening. But again, I do want to say a massive thank you because we've had millions of views on the Berrow Motors Weekly. It's helped us get that coveted 100,000 subscriber plaque up on the wall up there. And it's been a great source of entertainment for a lot of people, a lot of comfort for a lot of people. It's their regular thing that they can watch. And it's been great. It's been a useful, really useful tool for me as well to get feedback and to kind of watch what's happening and keep track of everything that's happening in the business. And it's been great. But this episode 100 is the last of the Berrow Motors Weekly. As I say, it's probably going to take me a month or two to get our new program of videos off the ground, so we might be quiet for the next month or two. We won't be completely gone. You'll probably get one feature video on this main channel here every week. We're doing a podcast every other week. Of course, we've got competitions running on Feel Good Competitions all the time. I want to say another massive thank you to everyone who got involved because I totted it up yesterday, put a post on Instagram, and it's £27,315 that you have helped us raise for charities this year, the last 12 months. And one of my goals going forward is to like double that next year. Over the next 12 months, let's do even more. Let's run more competitions. Let's have more winners. Let's help more causes. We've started on new ones as well. So if you haven't already, check out the Porsche 981, check out the Rolex. Not only do you get a chance to win, you get a chance to help support our business, but also support all these great causes that we are trying to support and help us raise more money as a community. And like the name says, help us all feel good. While this is a good buy for the Berrow Motors Weekly, I feel like this is a really good time to subscribe because there is some amazing stuff coming and I don't think you're going to want to miss it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Thank you so much again for being on this journey of the weekly, and I will see you very soon. You know what we should do is I said thank you 100 times there, but I haven't actually given you anything back. Do you know what I'm going to do? Because it is the last weekly, Feel Good Competitions, if you go on there, let's think of a code. The code's going to be thank you 20, and you'll get 20% off everything on the site as just a show of our appreciation for making it this far in the weekly. Go and get yourself some extra chances to win, and we will see you back on your screens very soon. Bye.